9-year-old daughter by the name of Patience. Basically, I got pregnant. I was dating a guy, and we were so in love. Everybody thought we was gonna get married. I thought we was gonna get married, and I got pregnant at 17, and I had my daughter at 18. And we had been together 2 years prior to me getting pregnant. And when I turned 18 years old, that relationship lasted about 3 months thereafter. We just began to argue all the time. He's not a bad guy. We had our differences. He was older. I was 21. He was 16. He was 21. I was 16. Y'all are very intimidating. All right, y'all can help me. I'm going to make this something. Y'all want to smile when I look at y'all. Thank you. All right, so anyway, he was 21. I was 16. And so you can tell by the age difference that there was some, we didn't agree on everything. So it just got too much. I couldn't handle it. We basically broke up. And of course, I went through the period of still being in love with him. Although we weren't together, I was still in love with him, but I had to do what was best for me and my daughter, and that was get out to terminate the relationship. And he remained active, but then he started dating someone else. And how many know when your boyfriend starts dating someone else and you're not over it, you tend to want to kind of make his life hell a little bit. So I went through that process of, I'm going to put you on child support, and which is the dumbest thing I could ever done, because if a man is taking care of his child, why would I put him on child support? But the thing is, we know that where a person's treasure, their money, that's their money. So what he was saying about his wife trying to, take him to court to get his money, that's the true fact. Because that'll hurt them, because you say, well, the next chick, the next female, they won't be able to spend the money because I'm going to take some of it. Well, then, that didn't last long, because I came to my senses and I realized that was stupid. So I took him off child support. He takes care of his child. And what's the next thing? The reason why I decided to go through and have her was because we really wanted a baby. He really wanted a baby. I didn't really want a child. We was in love, so I thought, and I got pregnant and had a baby, and we went on with it. So broke up 3 months after. The reaction, he was happy, I was happy, my family was happy, because again, everybody thought we was going to get married. The difficulties, it was very difficult. It was a lot of emotional trauma for me, because I was really in love with him. And he immediately, like a couple of months after we broke up, he started dating a young lady, and she was a Caucasian young lady. And she loved my daughter. I didn't have any problems with that. It was just the fact that we were no longer together, although it was my idea for us to break up. And we just went through a lot of back and forth with that. So, let me see. Support system. My family, my mother is one of my greatest supporters. She helps me with my daughter now. At this current time, Patient, she goes with her dad twice during the week and every other weekend. So he's very, very active in her life. But the difficulty comes in is that we're two different people. I live one type of way, he lives another type of way. So when Patient comes back home, I have to almost retrain my child all over again, where she can kind of talk back and get away with stuff. At Daddy's house, Mommy don't play that, Thank you. So, just that whole getting it back together. Just trying to get her back refocused and, hey, we go to bed this time. Not saying there's no structure at her father's house, because he's an awesome, so I believe I'm blessed, because I don't have the story of raising my child by myself. Everything we do down the middle. We don't go to anybody. He doesn't come to my house. I don't go to his house. He picks her up from school. I drop her off school. We do it like that. Karate she's in, he actually pays that. I don't even have to pay for the extracurricular activities that she's in. And what else? Her clothing. Anytime. Normally, our situation is very different. When she goes with her dad, just like she has her room, everything is laid out at my home, it's the exact same way at her dad's house. It's not let me pack my bag and I'm going to stay with my dad. No, when she goes to school, she takes her body, she takes her book bag and her clothes, her panties, her little, she's 9, so she got her chi-chis out, her bra and all that. She gets at her dad's house. She doesn't have to pack a bag. We went through that. And again, we've been doing this since she was 5 months old. We didn't do it through the court system. My mom was the one that sat us down and was like, look, this is pathetic. Y'all got to get along for this child, please. And she sat us down. She said, hey, how do you want to do this? And I said, okay, let us stay with me Monday and Tuesday. Let her go with her dad Wednesday and Thursday and alternate the weekend. So the way we do it, she sees her dad every week regardless of who weekend it is. And I'm like him. I believe every child, every child should have their mother and their father, because you need that balance. As far as anything I would have done differently, the bottom line, I would have waited. Nobody really wants to raise a child by themselves. Even though he's active, it's not the same as an in-home father. So that's why now I got pregnant at 17, had my daughter at 18, and I haven't had any more kids because I made a decision that I'm not having any more kids until I'm married. And I'm not married yet, but I know when I do, it'll be better because that in-home father always makes the difference. Anything else?
Questions to Carla?
Yes.
I noticed on one of your slides, there was her brother Elijah.
Elijah.
Can you repeat the question, please, Carla?
On your website. Is that on?
Yes. His question was, he noticed that on the display that she has a brother named Elijah. Yes, she does. I forgot about that. Thank you. So basically, what happened was during this process of us not being together, the young lady that he ended up with a couple months after we broke up, she actually got pregnant, and they had a son. That was very hard for me because here I am, I'm still in love with this man, although I terminated the relationship. Ladies, we tend to do that sometimes, foolish things. And I terminated the relationship, but now he's with someone else, and I'm like, I never tried to fight her, but I made the hell hard on his end. And he had this brother, and what they did, they named, you know how whenever you get pregnant, you pick out a boy name, and you pick out a girl name. But we automatically know, like, okay, we don't have any more kids, and we have a girl, that boy name just supposed to disappear, right? Normally. Well, it did. They named the baby what we would have named our son if we had one. So they just kind of turned the name around a little bit. Instead of it being Javier Elijah, it's Elijah Marcel. But to me, Elijah was a part of me. So I had a problem with that. So that was another issue. Me and the girl never really butt heads. It was more so me taking all my frustrations out on the father, which he was one of those. Even if I tried to take her away from him, he wasn't having it. Like he was saying, the professor was saying about if you kind of stand back and let a person, take advantage of whatever, he wasn't going to have that. I tried it, and he was like, whatever, I'm going to be in my daughter's life, and I'm glad he had that consistency and that, that go hard about himself, because I would have made an unintelligent decision that would have cost, like would have really messed up my daughter's life by her father not being present.
Other questions?
Whenever your daughter was 5 months old and your mother decided that the two of you needed to have let your home on there and on your home, either of you have a concept about that?
Okay, his question in a nutshell is when her father and I, patient's father and I were dating, and when we split and she was 5 months old, how did when my mom was like, hey, we didn't go through the process, when she was like, you guys need to work this out amongst yourselves, he wanted to know how was that transition for me. Well, it didn't, the way it is now, it was always hard. I can never say it was easy because I used to have to deal with my daughter crying. She played both of us. Kids do that, okay? Just like some of you play parents. Yeah. She did that. She would cry when it was time to come to me. Then she would cry with her dad when it was time to come back. It was just, so it was very, very hard and difficult. But how we got through it in the beginning, it didn't, how I said, her belongings were always, at one place. In the beginning, it didn't start out like that. When she was a baby, of course, I packed the bag, and she took it, he brought the clothes back. But as she got a little older, it was like things began to be established, so it was to answer your question, it was a very difficult transition, but somehow we got through it. And I think, for my mother being that median, that middle person, the mediator, amongst us, because we didn't have enough sense amongst ourselves to work it out because the situation was too emotional. Yes, ma'am.
How did your parents respond? And also, are both parents in your life and in the father's life, like his parents?
Okay, her question is, say,
how did your parents respond when you told them you were pregnant?
Okay.
And if both of your parents are involved in your life, and if both of the father's parents are involved in his life?
Okay, her question was, girl, tell me one more time. I'm sorry.
How did your parents respond?
Wait, her question, that's the first part. How did my parents respond? Hold on to that.
And if both of your parents are in your life?
Okay, and if both of our parents in our life. So basically, again, everybody was happy. Everybody everybody was excited because me and this man had been together. Where he was, I was. And it was just, even though I was in high school, it was just different because he was 21. And my mom loved him because she had on school clothes, she had on school shoes, he bought everything. Like, he was like the dad and the boyfriend, kind of. Yeah. Always appreciate the two. You don't need anybody to be dad, you need to be boyfriend. But as far as our parents, my father is absent. He's always been in and out, in and out, in and out. And that's another reason how I ended up in a relationship with someone kind of feeling like they had to be daddy and my boyfriend. And as far as his parents are in his life as well. His father has been married, so he has kind of like his mom, then he has his dad and his stepmom, and then his brothers, his mom, his dad and stepmom. So everybody was just tickled pink until it went down, and we began until not when it went down. Y'all can have it, right? Until it went down. Okay. Yeah, until it went down, and we had to separate. So, any more questions? Yes.
Have you dated anyone since then?
All of my business. I'm done. Yes, I have dated. And actually, it was hard to date because I was dating for the wrong reasons. What I was doing was that hurt that I was feeling with this man that I was once in love with, I would try to find someone else to feel that, when the truth is I had to get healed and be healed before I would try to connect with another individual. And so they all failed. The relationships failed because, I had the greatest boyfriend in the world. I compared him to him. The only thing that changed was that after I had the baby, the possessiveness, I couldn't handle it. And but other than that, he was really a good guy. It was just after I had the baby that changed things. So yes, I dated. They've been unsuccessful, still single, but yeah, to answer the question. Yes, sir. Got another question?
Yeah. So does Elijah's mother and your ex still date? And if they don't, does he pay her child support?
Good question. I'm glad you brought that up. Hang on a minute. Put this on YouTube. Alright, so what happened was, the question was, does Elijah's, which is my daughter's brother, does him and Elijah's mom still date? And if not, is child support at his level? So the question is, no, they no longer date. And it's so funny because I used to try to be her friend, and she didn't want to be my friend because he didn't want her to be my friend. And they broke up. She dated someone else. And she went through it's like the cycle for him, but all over again. She was in love with him. They broke up. And I say him, I mean my daughter's father. They broke up. She went to put him on child support because she was hurt. And then she took him off. And then they kind of did this back and forth. I didn't do back and forth. Let me tell y'all that. When me and him broke up, the sex stopped because I knew he wanted more kids. And I was like, no. I'm not going to have a whole bunch of kids and no ring. So today, when I tell you, I seen him 27 years old. I have not slept with my daughter's father since she was 3 months old. When we broke up and that relationship terminated, I ain't saying it won't open to nobody else. My legs won't open to him. Okay? But so the answer to the question, no, they're no longer together. No, they're no longer together. And no, he's not on child support. To my recollection. I know they went through their process, but everything's good now. I see her, I hug her, hey, how you doing? Your boyfriend and everything. So, any more questions?